The economic order quantity, commonly abbreviated as EOQ, is the inventory management technique to help make efficient inventory decisions. Its outcome is the number of products to be ordered with each purchase order for replenishment in order to minimize the total inventory costs. The purchase order is triggered when the inventory level hits the reorder point. The EOQ is calculated in order to minimize a combination of costs, in fact, such as the purchase cost, which may include volume discounts, the inventory holding cost, the ordering costs, and so on. The order quantity optimization is complementary to the safety stock optimization that focuses on finding the optimal threshold to trigger this reorder. Here is the classical economic order quantity formula, where Q, the economic order quantity we're trying to find, is found by taking the square root of 2 times the demand per unit of time times the purchase cost per order divided by the holding cost per unit per time. Now, the unit of time has to be consistent, of course, and usually it's annually. For example, say we are selling inflatable pools with a demand of 5,000 units a year, an ordering processing cost of $16,000, and the holding cost of, say, $250 per unit annually. Thus, using this formula, we get an ordering cost of 800 units, meaning that every time we place an order, we want to order 800 units. Now, the economic order quantity is essentially a trade-off between the ordering costs, assumed to be a flat fee per order, and the inventory holding costs, aiming to find that perfect balance, that ideal middle ground between the two. If the company ordering cost or product demand increases, the order quantity naturally increases, whereas if the holding cost increases, the order quantity decreases. And it makes sense, think about it. If something's very expensive to keep in stock, you'd want to keep it to as low as possible to minimize your costs. Although the economic order quantity formula dating from 1913 is extremely well known, we advise against using such a formula in any modern supply chain environments. The underlying mathematical assumptions behind this formula are simply incorrect nowadays. The historical formula assumes that the cost of the act of ordering is one key business driver. It certainly was an important factor back in 1913 when an army of clerks was required to manually keep track of all the books, but with inventory management softwares, this factor is usually insignificant, in fact. As a result, the optimization performed by the formula makes little sense and completely ignores any additional price break that can be available when larger quantities are ordered. The economic order quantity is a fairly dated perspective, deeply rooted in the stationary perspective where future demand is not only perfectly known, but constant as well. Those formulas are found in any traditional supply chain textbook, but the underlying perspective is broken by design. Probabilistic demand forecasts associated with the assessment of the marginal economic contribution of every single unit of stock is a far more impactful approach. Therefore, at Lokad, we strongly advise to not use the economic order quantity concept anymore. What do you think?